of you consider that progress?
You know, the Stop School Violence Act doesn't even mention the word gun once. Obviously, school safety is important, but it doesn't just happen in schools, and people need to understand that. It's a public safety issue, not a school safety issue. So we need to fight the problem from the core, which is guns.
You'll notice in all these shootings, not just the ones in schools, in movie theaters, airports, churches, nightclubs, there's no specific mental health issue that you can tie to every single one. The only thing you could tie to every single one is weapons that belong in the hands of soldiers, in the hands of citizens who are untrained.
Do you think that the more than 200,000 people who came out yesterday agree with all of the points that you have been asking for here?
Well,
Delaney.
We got some news.
I mean, I do believe that even if there's some difference in opinion on some small issues, ultimately the fact is that all of these people coming to the largest march on Washington, because it is the largest march on Washington, they were there because they support the cause. They support safety, they support our lives and protecting our lives, and that's what matters. Even if there is some small issue that they don't necessarily stand with us on, they stand with us. And that's what matters.
Well, I mean, I can say from firsthand, as I said the line, "We need to arm our teachers," I heard booing from the crowd. I heard they were clearly not behind a message like that, and when I turned it around to say that they need to be armed with pens, pencils, paper, and the money they need to support themselves, you could see the crowd regain support, so there were...
You confused people a little bit on that.
I did confuse a lot of people, but the crowd was very like-minded because they all were on the same page that they just didn't want to see all these innocent children die.
Now, you all are not just rallying here in Washington, you've also been pushing in your home state of Florida. But Florida did just decide that they're going to allow training of some teachers to be armed. Some districts can opt out. Do you feel like you lost the argument back at home?
Not at all. As a matter of fact, in Florida, they passed a bill that raised the age to 21, added a 3-day waiting period. These are very small steps in the right direction. But I think you'll notice if all teachers are required to be armed, or at least several teachers per building, many teachers will quit. We have every single teacher from my school that I've spoken to said that if there was an armed teacher in their building, trained or not, they would be out of there. Arming teachers only puts kids more in danger, and it puts the teachers in more danger.
Were you surprised to see action in your home state before you saw it in Washington?
Yes,
yeah, very much so, because Rick Scott is funded by the NRA.
Your governor.
And yes, our governor, and he defied it in a sense, and the NRA in turn sued the state of Florida. So that's obviously a step in the right direction. He's running for senator, so that might have been a reason why he did it, to get the popular vote, but it's still a step.
You're cynical. You're political gaming here, huh?
I mean,
you're student class president, is that right?
Yeah.
When you're looking at this kind of political activism right now, are you inspired that you want to actually become politically involved after
100%.
you graduate?
100%, yeah.
You want to run for office yourself someday?
Maybe so. I mean, I wasn't really politically involved before this, but I've learned so much in a matter of a month and a half that it's intrigued me, poli-sci, yeah.
We're going to take a break in a few seconds, so we don't have much time here, and then we'll come back and finish the conversation. But quickly, can you raise your hand if you're going to be voting in November? Are you eligible to vote?
My birthday's in October, so I hit the mark.
I'm not a Russian computer, so I can't vote in the next election, but for the one vote I can't cast, we'll have thousands for us.
And do you have congressional candidates who have signed on to your agenda?
We're not endorsing any political figures.
Are they endorsing your platform?
We endorse ideas, not people.
If they choose to support us, then we absolutely, we love that. We want support, but we're not endorsing any particular candidates.
We have to take a real quick short break, but I want all of you to stay with us and all of you at home as well. We'll be right back.